right, so the budget is around the corner, and right from corporates to sector representatives to a taxpayer, everyone has a lot of expectation from the finance minister, ma'am, this time. And why not? This is going to be the last budget before 2024 general elections. So I am over here with a group of wonderful women investors from Millennium Ma'am organization, and they have a long list, in fact, a huge list of budget expectations that's ranging from what does a woman entrepreneur getting right now and what she should be getting to a woman taxpayer and different sectors of the economy. So let's just dive into this discussion. And let me start with you, because you have a long list for women entrepreneurs and women taxpayers also. Talking about women entrepreneurs, we've seen a rise in the numbers since the pandemic, and we've also seen the government given a lot of incentives to women entrepreneurs. But then what is your specific demand from the budget this time?
Kavita, we talk a lot about women, whether it is parity in women, entrepreneurship, empowerment of women, or financial literacy in women. But if you take a closer look at the budget, do you actually see something for the women out there? So there is a special category for senior citizens, for super senior citizens. So maybe there could be a category for women as well.
Okay.
Going to women entrepreneurship.
A tax benefit category especially for women.
For women.
Okay. Okay.
Going to women entrepreneurship. Maybe the government could, through the budget, announce some kind of concession or some kind of incentives for women entrepreneurship, or even some kind of dedicated credit support to them.
To promote the participation?
To promote the participation of women in their entrepreneurship. And also considering that 50% of our population is women,
definitely.
I think we should also consider some kind of tax concessions or benefits for women. So now, since our finance minister is a woman herself, we look forward to a friendly upcoming budget towards us women, for sure.
Why not? And what about rural? I mean, women working in the rural areas, a specific focus should be given also to churn out more demand in the rural areas?
Absolutely, absolutely. That is also very important, because it's not only the urban but the rural as well. Because it's a combination of both which will lead to the economy growing, right?
Perfect.
So yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Wonderful. So let me just also give you a background. So all these women investors are from Millennium Ma'am organization, and this is an organization that, this is a non-profit organization that focuses clearly on women financial freedom and women financial literacy. And over here, just as you heard, someone demanding more concession, more tax benefit for women entrepreneurs, but then these women invest in the stock market and they have sector specific demands as well. So let me start with you. What is the specific sector demand that you want to put up?
So yeah, I would like to talk about fiscal deficit.
Oh,
so this
lovely.
is a very important number. It's a key number for the budget, and Sir has been teaching us on this in the last 2 classes. So fiscal deficit is something where the government tends to borrow more and more. So when it does, there is a pressure on the private sector, and therefore the interest rate goes up. And this for us investors, like our EMIs go up. So which is it's like a debt trap or like a death trap. So so when the budget comes, what we look at is the last fiscal deficit number, which was 6.4%. So whether the government has been able to control it, and what will it be like for the next year. So we do want the finance minister to give us a roadmap where they can actually over the years come down to 4%.
Lovely.
Because we don't want to get into this debt or debt trap, again and again. And also, it is a very politically sensitive number. So with the general elections, around the corner, we are sure that the, Modi government and the finance minister will give us a good number to look at.
That's one of the main concerns. But just explain it to me. How is it going to benefit you as a taxpayer?
It will benefit because fiscal deficit is something which is completely linked to the economy, the markets, the interest rate. Because more and more borrowings by the government, it leads to higher interest, because there's less circulation of money in the economy. So the private sector doesn't get to borrow so much. So the capital is less. So higher interest rate for me means higher EMI.
Okay, definitely. And you have a lot of EMIs on you right now?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. But I hope you are financially disciplined in that way.
Yes, we are. We are.
Oh, lovely. So Nirmala ma'am, that's a demand for you. But I just want to know that you all are investing in the share market since how long? Like on an average? How many years? 3 to 4 years. Okay. And how many of you all have a portfolio that's in profit? Just raise your hand. Okay. Oh my God, that's almost all of them. They have the, so the profit is what? 100% and plus? Yeah? No, come on an average, 30-40% plus? Yeah? Yeah? My God. In this volatile market, I have to tell you, women investors are really taking up the #1 place now. Let's come to you. What's the sector that you are focusing on and what's your demand?
Hi. So, Kavita, the sector which I focus on is basically infrastructure sector.
Okay.
I think India is too large and very fragmented.
She has infra stocks in her portfolio, right?
Yes,
Don't
I
you?
do. I do. So, connecting the fragmented bits of India,
Okay.
like the rural to the urban, urban to the semi-urban, infrastructure is very important to increase the economic activity of the nation,
Definitely.
which is then going to be showing in our it's reflected in your industrial growth as well.
Perfect.
So it's going to have, I think, like an economic boom will affect the cement industry, the power industry, the steel industry. So all these sectors will definitely benefit a lot, including the logistics. You
Yeah.
see, we have been getting connected with road, railways, waterways. So even the coastal road in Mumbai, for all that fact, and the metro rail is, I think, helping a lot of us reaching different small dots in Mumbai itself. So this is definitely going to help in an economic boom for India.
All right, so infra sector. Any other sector that you want development announcements for?
I think steel sector probably, and the power sector, because if you're getting electric vehicles all over India, then I think it's definitely going to help the infrastructure first.
That's a very important takeaway, from what she said, because looking at a bigger picture of it, she's an investor who puts money in infra stocks, or maybe that's her favorite theme in her portfolio, but she is also tracking the development that is needed and how it will benefit the end investor. We move on to our next demand. Okay.
So I want to touch on the agricultural sector. We
Very
know-
important. This is going to be the focus, one of the main focuses that we
Absolutely.
are expecting. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's going to continue to remain a key focus area in the
Yeah.
budget. And we do expect the government to increase spending here. Now, this could come in the form of more announcements around more programs in irrigation, supply chain, warehousing. So this would be an area we would be looking at. Now, in terms of subsidy, we don't expect too much, maybe in terms of a fertilizer subsidy, but like you said, this is an election budget, so we would expect that focus, that attention to agriculture. So maybe in the agri interest rate subsidy area, this is an area where maybe the government could give the farmer 2 to 3% lower interest rate, and that difference would be borne by the government.
How
And
is it impacting you as a taxpayer?
So that's interesting, because the way it would impact me is going to be through inflation also.
Okay.
Yes, we already, as we manage our home budgets, we're already
Yeah, we
used
haven't
to.
spoken about that yet, right? I am going to come on that as well, but later on.
Yes,
Yeah.
as we manage our home budgets, we are finance ministers of our own homes.
Totally.
And we have been dealing, we are used to a certain level of inflation.
Yeah.
Right? Coming out of the whole COVID situation, I feel that some households may have felt that a little bit more than the other. So agri playing a big role there, and efficiencies there, we would really welcome that.
Perfect. That's bang on. But then controlling inflation is obviously it's already on the cards, and we are seeing the numbers going down slightly. But then, yeah, we need to balance out inflation and growth as well. What is your demand?
So being a woman investor and the capital markets, I'm just hoping that we don't have too many taxes on our long-term capital gain tax or,
Sure.
or our
Yeah.
dividend tax.
Uniformity in all the capital gains tax across asset classes, right? Do you want
Yes.
that?
And maybe as women investor, maybe some more incentive
Yeah.
to first-time women investors. That would be quite helpful
Yeah.
for Nari Shakti. Is
Yeah.
our PM Modi's anyway his agenda. So I
Totally.
would prefer. I'm looking forward to that. To see some special taxes for women in the capital market.
All right. So we all want that, don't we? Yeah.
I would like to see some incentives coming in for the manufacturing sector. We
Okay.
already have the PLI going. I expect to see many more industries being brought under that purview. Also, we need to show our seriousness and intent for increasing manufacturing, to coming up with as a viable alternative to China.
Okay.
We need to show our intent in that. So some concessions in that area. the MSME sector has it's been impacted by COVID.
Totally.
And that is a sector that needs government support. Government is doing stuff for it,
Yeah.
but I think it needs to maybe step up
More
and do a
thrust to the
little
Made
bit
in
more.
India theme, yeah.
Yes. And the current account deficit is, it's the highest it's been in a decade. And some export incentives would be great.
Interesting. All right. So, and now we move on to the last and a very crucial category that I'm sure all the taxpayer want. ATC.
Yes, direct taxes and ATC. I think for we women investors, the way the FM can hopefully impact us is by reducing either the number of slabs that we have, the interest rate of the income tax, and obviously the last is increasing the exemption in ATC. So I feel like Mr. Dhanuka, we've been discussing it with him, and we feel that if the FM is able to increase it from the current 1.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs, that will be a huge incentive. And like the FM says, she understands the middle class. She's one of them, and
Yeah.
it just brings a great habit of saving. And that helps in the long run, long term, in terms of what's happening in the economy. The money flow will increase. So I think increasing exemptions is definitely something we are looking forward to in this budget.
Lovely. Now let's talk about the home budget, because you all are the finance ministers at home as well. How are you managing? Is it really pinching?
It has been a pinch, like my colleague said, but we in India are pretty lucky. The government, the FM has managed to control things.
Yeah.
And I think we are one of the countries not going into recession in the near
Yeah.
future. So I think we're doing well.
Okay. But any of you all have cut down your expenses? Do you want to talk about that and tell us how have you been maintaining your ghar ka budget? Anyone?
So I don't think I'd go as far as say as cut down, but we are looking at being more prudent and more selective in overall expenditures.
Smart spending.
Yes, it's all about smart spending. It's all about efficiency. Also, the other thing that really COVID taught us is that you can work with a lot less. You don't
I agree.
have you don't need to have so many. Let's just call them expenses, right? And I think we sometimes forget the positive messages or the positive learnings that we came out of COVID with, right? And we shouldn't forget those going forward.
Interesting. And in the end, I would also want to ask these women. So you all are from the Millennium Ma'am organization. And so what is the budget plan? Because it seems that they all are ganging up together and watching the budget and taking down notes and then later on dissecting as to what they get out of it. What is the plan?
So the plan is actually to see the budget together in different groups as per our location, and then Mr. Dhanuka does an analysis for us. And 500 women are expected to see that, 300 physically in different locations in the country, and hopefully 200 plus online.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyone who's watching you can join you online?
Absolutely.
And how do they do that?
Look up our page on Facebook, Millennium Mams. We will be live on Facebook.
So that's going to be a budget ki pathshala.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
lovely, lovely. Thank you so much, ladies, for being a part of this discussion. It's been lovely talking to you, and thank you so much for coming up with such great ideas and demanding this from the finance minister, and also giving us a view that women investors, the number of women investors actually on a huge rise. And I just wish that next time I get to see more women investors whenever I come for this discussion or recording. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.